All right, folks, let's start with something we knew about for a while because they were showing it off at Gen Con, but this is the Yawning Portal Tavern, which is a very cool part of D&D in the sense of this
What
end.
is it?
It's an end set around this gigantic portal.
A portal like to another realm or something?
I think it's like to various realms and dungeons, so lots of people are stopping here on their way in to go fight.
Right.
It's a very convenient plot device.
Sure.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Anyway, but this is definitely a Euro-style game. You can pre-order it on Hasbro Pulse, and the game is scheduled to deliver in mid-January 2023. From my end of things, I don't know why I would use Hasbro Pulse, and I would just wait till it's out in stores, frankly, because that's what happened with their previous games they've done.
The designers came up to the booth at Essen, and they're very excited about this design. They can't wait for people to check it out. I'm interested. I mean, I'm with you. I think this is a slightly different angle to the D&D kind of theme. I'm looking forward to it.
I am not.
Fantastic.
All right, well, maybe you're excited about this next one. My City Roll and Build. So My City, which is not a roll and write, but essentially played like one.
Right.
And it was a legacy-style game, one of the few original legacy games that's not based on another game.
Okay.
So this is coming into retail Q2. Wow, that's a weird way to phrase this. It says, My City Roll and Build is part of the Spiel des Jahres nominated series of games. What does that mean?
It means that My City was nominated.
It's a way to aggrandize that. It makes it sound much bigger.
Well, it says Aquilin. Was Aquilin nominated?
Never heard of Aquilin.
Aquilin?
Okay.
Oh, Aquilin is not
That's
part
an
of the
old
series.
game, yeah.
Anyway, My City is an
No.
interesting game where
Knizia
basically
what?
it's almost in the bingo-esque style of games where you
Yes.
draw one and everyone has that same city input out. Have you played My City?
No.
I played both. I played My City, and then I brought a copy of
Okay,
this back
wow.
from Essen because they had a German copy there, but there's very little text on it, right? There is some text on it. But
Why are we here? Why are we here?
It's a small box. It was like €15. And,
Wait, is this the news you said we wouldn't care about?
Yes.
Got it.
And so I've played through the first. I haven't gone through the whole thing because there's like different.
Is it a
paths.
legacy
Yeah,
thing
kind of,
also?
sort of. Yeah, where you go through the different sheets and they kind of build off of each other and add new rules. It's very simple. You're just drawing the polyominoes in. It's essentially the same type of game.
Did you assume we wouldn't care because you were going to be all like, oh, I've played it, I have it?
I assumed you wouldn't care because it was a Knizia thing.
No,
I love Knizia, man.
I like My
Knizia
City.
like this.
Thank you, Todd.
Oh yeah, thank you, Todd, for the super chat. I like. Oh yes, and Todd says, have you ever gone back to a game you initially rated bad and then up the rating? Well, possibly.
Yes.
Watch my look back every
Absolutely,
Wednesday.
I have. Absolutely, I have. As a matter of fact, Cthulhu Death May Die, I think my rating would be maybe 2 points higher than I originally rated it.
Yeah.
But anyway, I like My City. I think it's a fine game.
Yeah.
I'm starting to get worn out on draw polyomino roll and rates.
Yeah.
Like roll rates are fine. I just don't. These polyomino ones, like this picture, that looks very nice and neat. My board will never look that nice and neat.
I think that's my issue with the ones where you draw shapes that abut one another, is those shapes then look like one shape. It starts to get, especially if I need to delineate where one thing ends and another begins.
Right.
They start to really get messy. I can't tell where the thing ends.
Well, that's why you do the different symbols. But look.
Don't tell me how to play
This
roll
is,
and write, Mike, okay?
My City, like you said, is almost a roll and write. I think this is cute, but I think it's very, it's completely unnecessary because I would just prefer to play My City. I'm looking forward to My Island, which is the follow-up.
Yeah, My City is one of the lesser legacies because you can
it's-
play it almost as a normal game. I
Right.
think it was after game 6.
And then
And then
they've
at
got
game
a
6,
mode,
they're like, here's
basically.
a whole game you can play now
Right.
without.
So you play 6 times with things building up?
Yeah.
And then they're like, okay,
No,
just keep
no.
playing?
You can keep building up. There's, I
Right,
think,
you can.
15 games. I'm saying after 6, though, you can then flip the board over and play a full game, essentially, that feels like a decent Knizia game. And then
Without stuff building
Yeah,
up.
and then
Without
it stuff's just
adding
got this weird, they added railroads and whatever else I'm spoiling.
All right.
Okay.
Well.
All right. Let's go to pyramids,
Yes.
which is still on my bucket list of things I'd like to see someday. I've never seen the pyramids, and I want to.
I'd like to see the pyramids both in Egypt and in South America.
You actually have a higher chance of seeing the South American ones.
I know, yeah.
All right. Pyramido here. This is from Synapsis Games. This is an abstract tile placement game. And you are building a pyramid of 20 tiles and 4 floors to end the game. This is coming out this fall, so I'm assuming Essen.
Cool.
Yeah.
Very nice cover.
But look at this next cover.
I'm stoked about this one right
Terra
here.
Let me see.
Pyramids.
Oh, more pyramids. Hold
Yep.
up.
Yeah.
These pyramids put that last pyramid to shame.
That's a really great cover.
It is.
Wow.
I like that a lot. Anyway, this one here is from Kramer Kiesling
A new
I'm in.
Kramer and Kiesling.
and Korea Board Games.
That's really
I'm
cool.
in.
That's a
very
really
cool.
great combo.
Is this a brand new game, you
As
think?
far as I'm aware, it's a brand new game.
They seem to be coming out with a brand new game at least once a year because they just did Paris a couple years ago.
Yeah.
They did
Yeah.
something else last year. I forget what it was.
Renature was theirs?
Yes,
Renature was
Renature.
theirs too. Yeah, this
yeah.
is. I just think it's very cool that Korea Board Games is getting these. They've worked with Knizia. We mentioned Knizia before. They've worked with some pretty big designers, and just being at Essen for the first time, those things start to make more sense because you've got people from all over the world that are meeting now. You know what I mean? And I don't know. I just think it's cool.
Yeah, no, that's a
The
stunning looking
board
game.
doesn't look great,
No, it looks very kind of what you'd expect.
unfortunately.
Euro
but
to look
but
like,
we'll
yeah.
see. And I also want to see the dimensionality of the board. Like, if I'm building pyramids, I wouldn't mind if I see some pyramids going up.
I
You
see,
know,
I see. Doesn't that scream, like those boards with that cover, to me anyway, screams, this is an old game where we reprint it with
Yeah.
an eye-catching new cover, but we can't really change the boards that much from an old edition.
It doesn't look that different from something like Mexica. Or, you know what I mean?
It kind of looks, it has that feeling of, we reworked it. Look at this new cover.
Right.
The game, we can't change. It's a classic. You
Yeah,
can't
yeah.
really do much. But hey, maybe it'll be a new classic,
Who knows?
Modern classic, some people might say.
hey, next time, and we are going to do the best board game cover voting again.
Yeah.
This is going in the pile. I really like this
You
one.
got it.
All right. Time Capsules. This is coming from Lifestyle Board Games. And there are weird round capsules that are going back in time to collect artifacts from the past.
What?
So
I
this
kinda
had a
like that
limited
cover, too.
release at Essen Spiel 2022. We have a...
Yeah, this looks familiar.
Yeah.
Is that
on a
why
shelf
this looks
out here.
familiar? Okay.
Yeah, but it's not like a... Ours says your logo there. I think they're still looking for a...
Sure.
A
partner.
distributor. Yeah.
I can't wait for that round capsule thing to be a cube
Oh,
and this to be time capsules rolling right.
let's do it. Roll
Because if this is popular enough, that will come. And that's all really they have to do is change that to a giant die. Bam, there's the cover.
done.
You know what I mean?
It's done.
It's cool. The scope of this is working for me.
Yeah, I
that
do
little
like that
person
cover.
right there giving it all scope. It's like, wow, those are enormous orbs.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of small in scope, let's go to one of Mike's favorite companies, Helvetique. They make little small games that I generally don't like, but Mike likes some of them.
I like some.
more.
I like some.
I like some of them.
Yeah.
This one is a cute looking one called Bubbly.
I love the theme.
This is coming out in February, and you are a soap bubble trying
you
not to
are.
pop.
What?
I love that.
That's yeah.
That's a great theme.
You are so.
You are. How many times have you wanted to be a soap bubble, Z? I mean, countless times.
Do you think like a soap bubble has like the shortest lifespan of anything you can think of? Name something with a shorter lifespan in a bubble.
A fart.
No.
Wow.
No. I'm sorry. I've been in the room sometimes. It's not.
That's true. I've been around some farts that are basically Methuselah.
Wow.
Okay? That's true. I think you're right. It does depend on the species of the flatulence.
Folks, I apologize. I
Welcome
just
to the
want to be
classy
clear.
Dice
I just
Tower.
want to be clear that I don't endorse this type of behavior.
Anyway, these are all very simple little games. We'll take a look at the next one. Is Happy Bee. You instead of being a bubble, be a bee. This is a drafting game.
But look at the designers here.
Maxime Ramberg and Theo Rivera. I
Okay,
know
so
Theo a lot.
Maxine did Big Book of Madness.
Yes.
Hey.
And Kale.
also
Yeah.
and also worked with Kale on. There's another game that I really like that they worked on together. That for the life of me
Is it about pyramids?
was it the Loop. I think they did it together.
Oh, okay. That
Yeah.
makes sense. Yeah. Yeah, that's cute.
Yep.
And then
I just hope it's better than that, like pick up prickly cacti.
That Ouch game, that was not very good. I didn't like Ouch very much. No.
all right, watch out! This is the next game that they're coming out with, and this one You are driving through a city, but there's zombies, and they're hiding in the population.
There's something about these cards that make me want to play this game so bad.
This looks like a speed game, though, possibly.
I hate speed games, but I love the look of these cards. I just love the idea of playing cards out that kind of show where you are. You know, on the road
I'm assuming it's like
Yeah,
one of those like
you're
flip
flipping
and-
cards over, and then you're putting them, and you got to change lanes, and if there's a zombie, you have to shout zombie. There's no way you're going to like this
No,
game.
I don't like
agree.
that sound of that, but I love the look of these cards.
All three of these have a great look. You
Yes.
got to give it to them for picking weird themes with great looks.
And they usually put them in small packages,
Yeah.
sometimes weird shaped boxes, which I don't always love.
I think they've mostly gone away
They
from
seem
the
to.
super long,
Long.
skinny boxes, right?
They mostly have, yeah. They've come back to more standard, but still small boxes.
All right, next we have really loud librarians. So, for those of you who were not around in the 80s and 90s, librarians went around shushing people all the time. That doesn't seem to happen anymore.
No.
They all died.
Libraries, at least down here in Florida, are quite loud places, actually,
are.
sometimes. The publisher describes this as Categories meets Super Mario Kart, which makes me go, next! And even that board doesn't look very good, but I'm hoping there's something
This is
here.
Exploding Kittens, right? The publisher behind Exploding Kittens that
Yes.
is doing this.
Oh,
so it's probably
okay.
going to be in, Target
It's also
stores.
$20, so there's that.
Yeah.
But it combines wordplay with yelling.
Oh, I'm in.
Yeah.
I'm in.
Designed to
The
support
fun
groups
part
of
is that-
over 2 players. What?
Okay, so you're racing around this thing, I guess, and yelling
Yeah,
words?
You need to yell out examples of words from the current category and play as you're moving around this track.
Okay.
That's
all
really
right.
basic,
That's-
though, right?
I got it, yeah.
Movies, Star Wars, and then you go to the M, and you're like, oh, I can't even think of one.
Mavatar.
Mad Max. All right.
Mavatar.
All right. This next game I'm very interested in looking at. This is from Hachette, from Zee Garcia, and this one is called Kale.
Koale?
Kale,
maybe?
Whatever.
I saw this. Actually, I did not realize this was new because I just, a little while ago, like a week or 2 weeks ago, saw a video of someone explaining several Gigamig or Gigamig games. And this was one of them. So I'm guessing this has been out in other places. It was a foreign video.
Perhaps, yeah.
It looks interesting, and those shapes that kind of look like stones are these wooden pieces. You're stacking them up and everything.
Those are wood, huh?
But
Okay.
it's got, they are actually wooden, but they look like stones. And it's got a Mancala type thing where you pick
Okay.
up a stack and then drop them off one at a time.
It looks really classy, though.
Yeah, I love
like
the look of it.
It does look nice.
Zee Garcia is probably best known for Corridor. That's probably their
Probably.
most well-known. But they make a lot of these games.
And they are popular. I mean,
They are
amongst-
very
popular.
popular. They go around to teaching conventions. They're one of the few companies that pushes these.
I believe that.
Speaking of abstract games, the Matrix GIF. Is this the other piece?
This
of
is the one I thought
I knew about this.
I thought you'd be excited about
I
this.
just heard about this like yesterday, and I was excited about
I am
it.
a little worried because I never played GIF, but it was also, when I read the rules, it's one of my least interested in this. By the way, this is a terrible name. I mean, I get the 4-letter names, GIF, Yinch, or what, now it's 2 words.
It was actually, as always, was 5, mostly 5 letters, and GIF is the only one that's 4.
Yes, but now we have a word that's clearly like Matrix without the I. At this point, we've delved into stupidity.
It's actually Mad RX. It's a new pharmacy.
But this is like a standalone or an expansion.
What I suspect this is, knowing GIF and knowing all of that, I think this is a box, because they're specifically saying this is a standalone, or can be used as an expansion to GIF. This is all the potentials that came out for GIF
Oh,
collected in one
cares?
box. This is not new content. If my assumption is correct.
Okay.
Okay, so when GIF came out, they sold these sort of expansion packs.
Well, they call them potentials.
Yeah, potentials, and they had pieces in there that sort of used the powers from the other games in the series, and you could incorporate that into GIF.
Got it.
You could like cap a piece with a new piece, and
Yeah.
that one now could jump in a straight line. It could eat another piece, whatever. I think that's what this is. All of those potentials collected. To be fair, those are getting pretty hard to find, and
Yeah.
one of them was really hard to find. I've got a couple of them. So I don't think there's any technically new gameplay here, except for, well, I guess he figured out a way to play without GIF at all, without like the base layer,
Yeah,
just
yeah,
the,
yeah.
just the new stuff on top. So
Are we going
But-
to see Yinch Matrix Yinch. I'm
I
just a little
can't wait.
confused about that.
Can't wait.
All right. We're still in the rolling rights. This one even more so than the last one. We have Blueprints of Mad King Ludwig, which...
Oh, boy. Oh.
So there's one cool thing is I like that the card shows the shape, and you can kind of slide it on your screen to figure out where to put the shape.
Well, and you trace over it, I assume.
That's cool, but I'm telling you, that picture that they're using for the demo looks messy, and that worries me because mine isn't going to look that good.
No.
I like the concept of, drawing out this. Now, is this based on the Blueprints? Isn't there a Blueprints?
There's a Blueprints
roll, right?
game. No, there's a Blueprints game that's a dice game.
Yeah, that's a different thing.
It's a stacking game, stacking of dice to fit a particular
But
three-dimensional image.
what is the roll and write where you draw blueprints called? I know there's one.
Yes, there is. Is there a ground floor or something like that, or?
Maybe someone in chat knows,
Yeah,
but I
yeah.
know that there was. I know there was one where you're drawing parts of a house. It was from Floodgate or from one of those companies.
Deepwater or something?
Deepwater or Floodgate made one.
Oh, I don't know.
My thing here is just that. Again, this is similar to the thing we were talking about with My City. Why not just? I mean, why?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
You could just put out little pieces. I don't.
Again, I understand the why you are wanting to give us the game that just has
Floor plan. Thank you,
sheets
Seth.
of
Floor plan, yeah.
just sheets of paper without making like tiles. Mm-hmm. That's the thing. You can make anything a roll and write if you remove enough pieces and put enough work on me.
Yeah.
At some point, someone's just going to come out with a game that has sheets of paper, pair of scissors, colored pencils, and just make me design a game before I start playing.
Yeah.
That's not a roll and write. Put some components in there.
Well, I don't know that this is called a roll and write. This is just.
This is a flipping color.
This is Blueprints.
Yeah, but I mean, we'll see. Maybe
This is
good.
this is the self-checkout line. The board game, right? You do the work.
Yeah.
We've taken, we're going to make you feel like you're getting a benefit by doing more work.
Yes.
Well, this is definitely a week of the small spin-off things, because now we got Camel Up the card game.
Oh.
Which is another game I'm not interested in because Camel Up is a fantastic game. Why do I need a card version of it?
I'm also confused because I was telling, I think I said this to you yesterday, Tom, there has already been a game called Camel Up Cards. It already exists.
You're right. You're right.
And I'm assuming this is a different game.
Wait, there's a game called Camel Up Cards?
Yes. Yeah.
I've never heard of
And
that.
this is Camel Up the card
All
game.
right, Camel Up Cards, you're right. This was, it came out in 2016. Replaces most of the components of the original game with cards. I wonder. I gave it a 5.5. I did not like it because
I've never heard of this.
I was like, why play this when you can
Right.
play Camel Up?
And this does not look like the same game, right?
It looks a little like the same game.
Does it?
Yeah.
Did they just re-spruce it? And
Well, look. Here's a picture
Yeah.
of the card game.
Okay.
And then there's the picture of that. It doesn't look quite exactly the same.
I bet they just kind of re-implemented a little bit, maybe changed
Well,
a
let's
couple
take a
things.
look at the designer, Stefan Bogen.
So that's the designer of the original game.
And Camel Up Cards was designed by Stefan Bogen.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. They haven't put it on Board Game Geek yet.
Okay.
I guess when they do, we'll know because they might say it's a re-implementation of it.
It's a cool new look. I mean, again, I think the new look of Camel Up, the sort of second editions of it all have been better.
You know what? I think that maybe that's what it is that maybe that Camel Up Cards was kind of the old graphical style. Maybe this is just bringing it to the
match
new.
the new one.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that would
that's
make
probably
sense.
what it is. I'm less excited when you guys have experience with this.
Now, talking about things getting big, though, let's talk about Arthurian Knights, a game that I wanted to play 15 years ago. For goodness sake, it's taken them so long to get this out.
A lot of people are very excited
This is a
about
follow-up to Tales of Arabian Nights, but set in Arthurian days. And there's a lot of changes to the game. It's not quite the same. It's no longer... It still has a gigantic book. And I asked something to the effect of, can't we just put this on an app? And it was like, nah, book, because apps are money. And it doesn't use the matrix where, like, if you meet a beggar, you can't, like, beat the beggar, give money to the beggar, bless the beggar. There's like remember you could just switch all these things. It's more focused than that. You still have lots of different choices, but I think it's specific to
Like that
scenario,
entry tells you the
thing.
things you can do. I like that. That'd be good.
This was at Dice Tower Retreat.
Oh, okay.
And because Zeph
right.
brought it and they played it. But I do know, it says here, it's a 120 to 180 minutes. That is, I know for sure that is low end.
Yeah.
They took 4+ hours to play it.
Okay.
It is a long game. I don't mind that per se if you're involved in it the whole time and everything. I'm cautiously very optimistic about this.
This is not really, and they are not saying, and it's fine. This is not a modernization of Arabian Nights.
Right.
It is the same design. Well, it's not the same designer. It's Andrew Parks, but Andrew Parks was definitely involved with, at least writing the stuff for the original one.
And Andrew Parks is not known for making brief games,
No,
short
that's
games.
also
I
true.
really like Andrew Parks, don't get me wrong. I think he's a great designer. Again, my thing, and maybe I'm in the minority here. I would love to have a game like that was tighter. Maybe they're doing that. That was shorter. They're definitely not doing that. That was more digestible, I guess.
I have one. It's called Lands of Galzer. The thing that's odd to me about the book, or not odd, but I think that actually makes sense for it to be a book rather than an app, and maybe this is just me, but this and the original are both based off of works of literature, and so it kind of makes more sense that you're reading a book.
No, I
see
get
that.
that. I'm not going to argue that strongly against the book. I'm fine with that. The thing I'm excited about is this theme, because for as popular as a theme as a book, like I read so many versions of this is barely in board games.
You're right.
It is. That's true. It's
For-
Shadows over Camelot.
public
and-
domain.
Yeah, it's not a lot of it.
Well, actually, Andrew Parks did a game called
Camelot Legends.
Camelot Legends, which I actually like, but there's not a lot of King Arthur
Yeah,
There's not a lot.
games.
You're right.
it's true.
I'm trying actually to think of.
There's
Merlin.
one other that Merlin. Yeah, there's
There's a lot
one
of dumb
that
Merlin games that I don't even know if I count those.
Shadow-
Kramer has
Camelot.
one that came out from Malaya.
Oh, Knizia did that weird one with the ink.
The ink.
That he made that technological game before apps. It never came out in English. It was only in
yes.
German.
I don't know.
And as
I
you
don't
moved
know.
your piece on the board figured out where your piece was.
Yeah, I remember.
It was a huge flop. But
I don't recall that.
Yeah.
all right, so last piece of news here is Marvel United. So a couple things about Marvel United. First of all, tune in live tomorrow. We're playing Marvel United in some interesting ways. We can't tell you until tomorrow morning. You'll see them for their upcoming Kickstarter campaign, which starts next week. This, though, is not part of the Kickstarter campaign. This one is going straight to retail, and I believe it's the first one to do so. Many other games have gone to retail,
Yes.
the base games, but this expansion is going to retail only. It's not even part of the Kickstarter.
What?
No, and it's counting as a new core box. So this is a new core box that you can play, that you can get just on its own,
Okay.
or you can incorporate it into the other Marvel United Games system. And what's also interesting is that this is basically going to make it so that they're not doing two-wave shipping. Because this is going to basically take the place of two-wave shipping. So there's going to be one-wave shipping for their new multiverse campaign.
Okay.
This is going to be coming out first, if I understand that right.
Okay.
Is that how you read that, Tom?
That is very interesting.
Yeah.
So this is the core box for the new wave, but it's not really part of that Kickstarter.
Right. It's a core
Yeah,
box.
it's part of the multiverse, which is what their new Kickstarter is based on.
Sure.
Yes, it does say that. It says it will fill in for the usual Advanced Wave 1.
That's fantastic. I had not heard of this.
This should make everybody happy, right?
I
Because all the
think
people
so,
who back the
yeah,
game going, oh, you can buy it at Walmart. Well, you can go buy it at Walmart.
pretty
Well,
much
it's
the
crazy.
only way.
And
Yeah.
you can get Marvel United right now for like $8.
It's like
which
$7.71
is a
or something
ridiculous
right
value.
now. Yeah.
I mean, it's ridiculous.
So when is this supposed to be coming out? Do we have any idea about that?
They say, I thought it was, they gave us a range of when it's supposed to be coming out, I think.
Oh, it says mid-year.
Mid-year. Okay.
That's not very helpful.
That's not
but
soon, but
I
that's
can see
interesting.
around Gen Con, maybe, you know?
Yeah.
this looks cool, though. So on the front cover, we see Scarlet Spider, we see Spider Noir, we see Spider Punk, which I don't know a lot about and hate already. Symbiote Spider. In the background, is that Man Spider or just... What's the guy in the Spider...
I don't know who they all are.
Spider.
Huh?
Iron Spider.
Iron Spider. Then that's Silk in the very center, one of my
Yeah.
favorite characters.
Yeah.
And then the bad guy is
It looks like Mr. Sinister a little bit. I don't know who that is.
We mentioned we looked it up yesterday, and I can't remember what the guy.
Oh, and there's another villain in the corner. Is that Blank? I think the white with the big dot or spot. I don't remember what they're called.
Okay, that's cool.
Honestly, there's so many things that they've done in the multi-Spider-Verse that they could have done a whole Kickstarter on just that.
Yeah.
That's neat, though. If you're a Spider-Man fan, wow, talk about knocking it out of the park, right? I mean, here's all the goodies.
Yep.
All right, folks, that's the news.